Like I'm in the big leagues. Yeah, told him I'ma hit it out of stands. I deserve another 100 bands. I deserve another 100 fans. Told them this was always in the plans. I just did it cause they said I can. Blowing euros when I'm down in France. Labels asking how I build a brand. Told them put a check up in my hands. Boy got time, no cap. Made a few checks, but they all in the raps. Had a few friends, but they suck in the past. I don't even trip when I'm thinking about that. Hopped in the whip and we all in black. Shawty wanna ride to the hop in the back. 0 to 100, seen a rev on the dash. They ain't catching up, dog, I'm moving too fast. I'm in the big leagues. Told them don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in a big league.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Let me turn this up a little. Turn me up. Hope everybody's feeling well this evening. Make sure you hit that like button on your way in. Let's get more people in here, so punch that like button. What's up, Donald and Irene Young? I see you, man. TD actually got the notification for this one. Wow, interesting. Let me know if you got the notification in the comment section right now. Put it in the comment section right now. Let me know if you got the notification. Just trying to see. This is the third video today. I'm shocked anybody got it, so that's maybe a good thing. But also, if you normally watch on a regular, the notification is also more prone to come to you as well. If you watch all the time, it's more prone to come to you as well. So it's just sad that they don't send it out to all subscribers, but YouTube immediately said that to me. They said, we don't send it out to all other people. There's like a priority, and then as the stream is going with the like button, they send it to more and more. So it is what it is. So I said, where's my wrench, TD? I don't know. You use it responsibly? No, but y'all hit that like button. We're going to get started soon. We got a great show lined up for you. We're going to talk about our new quarterback. We're going to talk about some situations that happened on Twitter today that's definitely worth talking about. We're going to talk about the quote-unquote Josh Boyer confirmation that he was calling plays last year, which is very interesting, and I'm going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Mike Gesicki, something that was brought up with him today that's very eye-opening, but we're going to break through that. We got a little bit on the whole Brian Flores situation with the NDA, quote-unquote, as well. And then we're going to open it up and talk about, you know, this team and what's best going forward. We're going to open it up, let people come on and join in on the conversation as we talk about our fans, all right? TD, why such a long intro? Well, it's a 2-minute intro for one, okay? I feel like the 2 minutes also gives a lot of people time to come in the room and get settled in because all the notifications aren't sent. If I went live right away, I would probably wait even longer. So once you all come in the room waiting in those 2 minutes, hit the like button so more people can go ahead and come in during that time. Otherwise, it'll be 7 people in when they don't send the notifications, and you all will be asking me questions later, and I already discussed it. So I like to get a good group of people in the room before we start, and that's what we're doing, okay? So that's why we have the 2 minute warning. Plus, I also usually during the 2 minute drill, I call it a 2 minute drill, I run off, get me some ice and water and a few bottles and set up. You know, I say my little stream prayer so I can have a good stream and try my best not to go off on nobody. All that stuff, man, all that stuff. All right, so somebody said intro song week ASF. Well, it's one that won't get copyrighted. You know, I'll try to get something fire, you know, eventually that's not copyright. But I don't want to get copywritten, so that's why it ain't gonna be the top of the line music. All right. Now, if you want to donate $500 so I can go ahead and pay for the rights of something fire, I got you. I got you. All right. But again, y'all hit that like button. All right, we got over 100 people. Let's go ahead and get started. I know there's been a lot of rumblings lately, ladies and gentlemen, about well, first off, salute to the mod squad. All right, those who put that hard work in, keeping the comment section clean. Make sure you do it clean though, mod squad. Don't block people just to block them. Don't hide people's comment just because you disagree. It's just the reality, man. All right. Shout out to all the members of the channel. And I try my best, mod squad. It's nothing personal against you when I delete everybody and I start adding a lot of you back. But if we can't have a clean mod squad that's doing it responsibly, I might have to turn that responsibility over to the members of the channel. I'm just saying, because I want to make sure, because a lot of people on Twitter and Instagram, they're like, TD, man, your mods keep blocking me and I don't say anything wrong and all of that. So those toxic people, man, I got to stop that mess. All right. We want to have a healthy, clean conversation. All right. People can disagree and give an opinion that you don't like. Allow them to. We only hide and block things that are disrespectful and very non-appropriate for children. Not that borderline stuff. You know, nobody cares if somebody calls somebody on the team soft. It is what it is. I'm talking about the real disrespectful stuff. All right. Salute to y'all. Again, I don't know why we ain't got 100 likes yet, but hit that like button. Let's dive into the great content, okay? We got a new quarterback. Chris Streveler, however you say it. I probably got it wrong because they say I get everybody's name wrong. Canadian Football League did some things over there, you know, impressive, right? Runs a 4.4, I hear, all that good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, he has a 1% chance of making his team. Okay? Let's just call it what it is. He's not even who they brought in to be the official backup unless he comes to camp and just blows their mind. Okay? That's just the reality. Every signing we make doesn't mean that that's the future. We got to bring in 95 guys in camp. You usually bring in 3 to 4 quarterbacks for camp. And this team typically does 3. He's the second one signed for next year, but they'll look for their quality backup in free agency. They'll have a plan for that. They are not going to go into camp with Tua, Chris Streveler, and another guy like Chris Streveler. No. They will go into camp with Tua. They will look for a quality backup who's been in the NFL and proven something or some capability, right? And Chris Streveler. If he makes it to that point, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes some of these guys don't even make it to camp. They get picked up today and cut tomorrow. These are all the guys with contracts that have no guaranteed money. No guaranteed money. Hey, here's $800,000, but ain't no guaranteed. We like to see you in camp if you make it through the summer. That's how that works, ladies and gentlemen. This ain't no, oh my gosh, this guy's going to compete with Tua, blah, blah, blah. Let's stop. He got a 1% chance of making his roster. He got a 5% chance of being on the practice squad. It's just the truth. That's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll be looking for a quality backup on March 16th. Any time right after that in the coming which is about 3 weeks away. That's whenever it matters, okay? But he's a camp body. He's a fast guy. He's played multiple positions. He's an athlete. Great guy to have in the building. And maybe if they can tap something out of him that, is amazing, he can wow everybody and fight for a spot. But Reed Sinnett wowed you, didn't he? What was the conclusion of that? Even Reed Sinnett wowed some of y'all. What was the conclusion of that? This guy was undrafted. Went to go play in the Canadian Football League where the competition is not as good. Sometimes you may get a gem out of it here and there. But that's just the reality of it. I know a lot of people like to put some merit in it. Oh, well, we found Tua backup. That's not what this is. Unless he legitimately just goes crazy in camp. But the odds are against guys like him. Will we have a Cameron Wake situation? Not likely, but hey, it's possible. That's why you bring him in. That's why you bring him to camp. That's why you say, I'm loving what I'm seeing. I'm loving the consistency. Wow, he's making plays. Look what he's doing against our second string now. Moved him up from third. Oh, look what he's doing with the starters. You always have shots. But will you make the most of it? So this is not a big eye-opening situation. But at the end of the day, it is always up to that player to make it one. So we shall see. Okay? That is what it is. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is I want to ask y'all a question. Why are a lot of beat writers and people on social media talking about all the scenarios like trade Parker, let Mike Gesicki go? Oh, well, don't re-sign Ogba. Man, if X is going to be tripping about money, trade him. Well, we could save $10 million if we find a trade partner for Byron Jones, and we might be able to get like a 6th-round pick. Why are they discussing some of our best players on this roster moving on from them? I want y'all to take about 20 seconds real quick and think about that. Devontae Parker, Mike Gesicki, Emmanuel Ogbah, Xavier Howard, Byron Jones. Why are they talking about these guys in scenarios of letting them go to save money? Why? Please. I want you to think about it. I'm going to give you about 10 more seconds. Think of why would they be doing that? It's not for draft picks. It's not for Deshaun Watson. Why would they? No, this isn't about Watson. This ain't about draft picks, y'all. Nobody's saying the real reason why. It's not about the rebuild. I mean, we're still doing that. It's not about the picks. Come on. This isn't even about the picks. It ain't to push their narrative. This is a legit thing y'all better pay attention to. Come on, somebody give me one person that at least puts a close word in it for me. It ain't got nothing to do with the quarterback. It indirectly does, but no, it's not the quarterback. Why are they talking about these guys? Well, let him go and let them go. I want you to think about, what do they all have in common? What's the gripe? What's the issue that they're all having to where we can't keep them? Or we're even talking about it? Somebody, I can't give it to you. Thank you. Thank you. No, they talk about something else. They said the word, but they talk about something else. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Ronnie is the closest. He say they want their money. And Tyrone hit it on the head. It's money. It's all about money. It's all about money, ladies and gentlemen. So what's your point, TD? It's a huge point that nobody's thinking about. Why are we the team in the NFL with the most money to spend, but acting like we have the least amount of money? Why is that? Why do we have the most money in the NFL, but operating and making scenarios trying to get even more money? And I'm taking Watson out of this situation, y'all. We're not even talking Watson here. Let me tell you why everybody's doing this. Let me tell you why everybody's evaluating the whole roster. We done did that 3 weeks ago. We done evaluated the whole roster 3 weeks ago, talked about who can stay, who can go, where we can save money. We did that 3 weeks ago. Y'all remember. But why is everybody, other podcasters, beat writers, everybody all of a sudden, when we're getting closer to free agency, talking about where we can save the most money, and then they're talking about most of the better players that make this team almost? The reason why is because they're starting to scramble and get nervous because they now realize, after finally doing their own homework, how expensive it's going to be to build around Tua Tagovailoa. They are now realizing how expensive it is going to be to actually build around Tua Tagovailoa. You know why they realize how expensive it's going to be? It's because they realize now that they have a player that they can't now say, well, we can sacrifice that and go get that. They know that they have to get everything to truly make him look his best. They have to get everything to truly make him look his best. They're sitting there doing their homework. Yeah, go get me that right tackle. Go get me that center and get me that guard. Yeah, that's about $40 million total. Yeah, go get me that receiver. Yeah, that's going to put us at about 55. Yeah, 55. Okay, let me see what else I want. Give me that running back. That's 65 right there. Yeah, how much I got left? 15 million. And I still got 20 players I got to sign on the roster. So I need to go get 20 players for $800,000 each. But I need linebackers. What do you mean? I still ain't signed Gesicki. I still ain't even signed Ogba. I need a DN, a linebacker, and a tight end. I need those guys. But you spend all your money. No. No matter what, Tua got to look good, so I'm not putting them back on the shelf. Where can we save money? With Parker, man. Maybe Parker. Maybe we can save money with Parker. His contract is too friendly to do that. Yeah, well, Mike Gesicki, just let him go then. We'll live without a tight end, but we got to get to a good tight end that can catch. Well, maybe he built good chemistry with Durham Smythe and them, so maybe we can let him walk. Well, we just got to let Emmanuel Ogba go. The defense just got to take a step backwards, man, because the offense is going to take a big leap. The offense is going to take a big leap. So since the offense gonna take a big leap, let Emmanuel go. Man, X tripping anyway, man. X tripping anyway. Go ahead and get rid of X, and now maybe bring in Gesicki and go get me another running back or something. Now, for the first time, I'm hearing them talk about how much we could save if we trade Byron Jones, y'all. We've gotten so far to now they're talking about trading Byron Jones. And I'm not mad at the reports about trading Byron Jones or X or any of them. Because Omar Kelly, the one tweeted that one. And I appreciate him tweeting that one because we got to look for some money. The $70 million we got ain't going to get it done to what y'all want for Tua. We got like 27 people we got to sign. I mean, I want y'all to do the general math anyway. With 27 people to sign, that is an average of about that's going to be an average of about a $3 million contract for each one. A little under, but let me be friendly. That's an average of $3 million per person. But out of 25 people we need to sign, let's just say, 13 of them are minimum, right? Let's just knock off 13 million. And we leave ourselves with, let's say, 57 million for 12 people. Even 57 million with 12 people is like an average of 4.5 million. 5 million. That's the average. And we talking about getting some $15 million players, $10 million players. But as you bring those guys in, the average of the rest of them keeps coming down. People don't understand how much it's going to cost to build around Tua. They are going to start getting so desperate that, watch, this is what they're going to start saying. Well, baby, I don't need 3 offensive linemen. Just give me 1 or 2. So the same people they spent 5 months taking a number 2 on, now they willing to go ahead and see if they develop this year because they ain't got no choice. But is that going to be another built-in excuse that those same people fail now? Is that going to be the excuse? That's the difference. When you start putting these numbers together, man, it's actually, the sight is more grim than it seems. And someone said it's expensive to build a team, point blank. I agree. But depending on the type of players you have, things change. See, when you got an Aaron Darnold, you want greatness around him, but you might be able to sacrifice a little more. You might be able to sacrifice a little more. When you got a Patrick Mahomes, you may not need the best O-line in the NFL. It still ain't going to be the most beautiful sight, but they'll still make more plays than an average quarterback would with the same line. You know that narrative that people love to say? Any quarterback behind this line would fail. It's just not true. It's just not true. Because truth be told, Tua didn't even have to fail behind this line. If you just talk about all the things that he could have done when the line actually held, even if it was a few times, y'all, when the line actually held, he'd have looked like a good quarterback. When we watch film and he missing wide open guys, throwing in the dirt, overthrowing, if he was just on point with those when the pocket is clean, he would have been a good quarterback. And not to mention, we still going to need a good backup quarterback because nobody talks about the fact that both years he's had injuries. And if he goes out again, for how many ever games? So that's why they're starting to talk about Devontae Parker. That's why they're starting to talk about Mike Gesicki. That's why they're starting to talk about Emmanuel Ogbah, Xavier Howard, Byron Jones. They're starting to talk about some of the best players on the team. They're starting to talk about some of the best players on the team. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I will tell you is this team looks like it's going to take some hits in some areas and improve in others. That's what I call kick a can down the road. That's what I call getting a great receiver and being trash in the run game. Then the very next year, well, we need to get better in the run game. They go get a good running back and cut that receiver. And then we trash in the pass game. Then they go get a receiver and cut that running back. And then we're trash in the run game. Then they go get a running back. And now they let go the right and the left tackle. Now the quarterback ain't even got time to throw to the receiver. And the running back is getting hit in the backfield. Now we go fix the O-line again, and they get rid of the running back and the receiver. All these moving pieces. The truth is, ladies and gentlemen, most great teams have a deficiency. Most great teams have an area where they're not good. It's the coach's job to mask them. And not a whole unit, though. You don't want the whole defense to suffer. The secondary is important because no matter how good your pass rush is, if we getting killed in the short intermediate range because the opposing quarterback get the ball out quick because our secondary can't cover, then it don't matter having a great pass rush. Then if you don't have a great pass rush and you leave those guys in the secondary covering for more than 3-4 seconds, everybody gets beat after about 3 to 4 seconds. There's somebody that's going to be open if you don't have a good pass rush. And I like our pass rush and I like our secondary, but where we get bludgeoned now is that intermediate level with the linebackers. So what we going to do? We're going to address the linebackers, but take a hit on the D-line or the secondary to do so? We know we need a halfway remake on the O-line. Think about it, y'all. We need another starting receiver. We need a starting running back. We need probably 2 new starting O-linemen. We need a starting tight end. That's 5 players right there, almost half of the offense. I know some of y'all going to be like a starting quarterback too, but listen, 2 of the quarterback, right? That's half of the offense. And you want to invest in your starters. The reason why they're bringing up all these scenarios of trading certain people, because they realize they are going to need more money to build around Tua to a point where it's like, man, this has to work. This has to work. We got the best tackle, the best set. This has to work. Because anything short of making moves that tell us this has to work is us sitting here lying to ourselves, building the fan base up, trying to say, yeah, we got a real solid guy here. He's not the best right tackle, but he's real solid. You know, he plays some good quality, this and that. You can't have everything perfect. It ain't nothing but back to square one to me. Another, we hope they work out. And don't let us get back in this market that we used to love to be in. Y'all remember this market? I'm about to tell y'all. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. This was the market that the Dolphins loved to be in when they got in this situation. And Greer did it too when he first got in that position after Tannenbaum. They love going to get the player who's fresh off of a season-ending injury, giving them a prove-it deal, basically saying, if you can come back to form, you're the guy. They love doing that so that you get a big name, but coming fresh off of a major injury. And you don't know what they're going to look like after that. They love doing that to make us feel like we got a great player, but it was really to save money and hope they can come back to form. And 9 times out of 10, they didn't. Every time we signed them, they didn't. Y'all know we good for that. We love doing that. We love doing that. Only a handful of them worked out, but we used to do it all the time. We can't be headed in this direction, man. But we are. And let's see what they can do, man. At the end of the day, the coaching is going to have to be so A1 superior. And I'm going to have faith that it's going to be. But we'll see. Time always tells. But that's why they're bringing up our big name players about trading and moving on from them. That's why they're doing that. Now I want to move forward to another topic with Josh Boyer today. This quote-unquote confirmation today that he called plays on defense for every game last year. Let's go ahead and give Josh Boyer the benefit of the doubt and say that he called all the plays last year like he said he did. Let's give him that. Our beat writers were more worried about if he did or not than being worried about the reason we all wanted to know. Why did we all want to know who was calling the plays last year and when? We don't care that you confirmed or denied that he was calling all year. That was a preliminary question so we could figure out who needed to be held accountable for the first freaking 8 games. That's the only reason we had a debate on who was calling plays. It wasn't the debate to know who was. It was so that we know who to hold accountable for the first 8 games. So instead of asking follow-up questions, the beat writers felt satisfied in knowing that he called the whole season. The real question should have been, okay, so if you called the whole season, what in the heck were you doing in the first 8 games? And what changed and why? That's the question to ask. Because what you did in the first 8 was a fireable offense. What you did in the second half, you think I'm giving you credit? The personnel did that. You just needed to call a freaking play. And finally you did. And yeah, if you called the play, that's not sitting here and act like Flores didn't say we're about to play a different brand of football and told his behind to be more aggressive. That alone shifted that game plan. That's exactly what happened. What he's trying to do is get credit for the last 9 games. Like, yeah, that was me that brought us back. No. You just did what Flores told you needed to do when he said we about to play a different brand of football. Be more aggressive. So you called more zeros. Because them first 8, that is a fireable freaking offense. Everybody, why we ain't make the playoffs? Why we didn't make the playoffs? Just like the defense carried us in the last 9. Forget the quarterback in the offense. they could have carried us in the first 8. Instead of 1-7, that defense alone should have went at least 3-5. That defense alone in the first 8 should have at least went 3-5. So what were you doing in them first 8? Make no sense. So take credit for it. Somebody needs to ask that freaking question. Why were we playing the way we were playing in the first 8? Let me see something. Am I missing something, ladies and gentlemen? Who was new on defense? It wasn't no new guys on defense, and whoever was new was balling. So it wasn't no learning curve. They were balling. You barely even played Javon Holland. I mean, not Javon Holland. You barely even played Jalen Phillips at first. Barely played him at the beginning of the season. Javon Holland was balling. Ain't no situation where they got to grow chemistry. No, you had the same core defense came back. Same core came back. And we knew, I'm sitting there yelling every Sunday, we know what they're capable of. Why are we playing all of this zone and, At the end of the day, man, that's the real question. I don't care about him claiming to call all the plays. Matter of fact, you made yourself look worse. You'd have been better left up the mystery. TD, I heard on Twitter you made the defensive calls the first 8 games. You a lie. We'd at least went 2-6. I would at least got us 2-6 making the calls. Wouldn't have lost none of them Jags. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Anyway, man, let's move on. Next topic up, man. So, somebody felt that they wanted to stick it to somebody today by posting that everybody says that Mike Gesicki is a waste on the field, but when we're in 22 personnel, we average 4.04 yards per carry. When he's not on the field in 22 personnel, we average 3.11 yards a carry. And I said, that's a good stat that's very favorable for Mike Gesicki. Let me dive in. Maybe I'm wrong here. First of all, nobody said he was a waste on the field. Let's get that straight now. They weren't talking to me, but at least I haven't said he's a waste on the field. But people just don't understand statistics and sample size. In 22 personnel, the man was on the field 65% of the time. In non-20, when he's not on the field in 22 personnel, it was 35% of the time. First of all, we're talking about a small sample size that you're going off of. Second off, when we're in 22 personnel, I ain't even look up the number, but I'm willing to bet that at least 70% of the time we're running opposite of what side Mike Gesicki is on. So when you're in 22, you're stretching it out, and the linebackers are also worrying about Gesicki in the pass. So you can't get all 3 linebackers pursuing down the line on the other side just in case of play action. So, ladies and gentlemen, he does have a benefit in the run game to where you have to worry about him in the pass. But I don't even want to look at it that way. I want to look at it from a standpoint of if in 22 personnel, we're averaging 4.04 yards per carry. Imagine if he actually was a good blocker. Maybe we'd be averaging 5 or 5.5 per carry. So the reality is this whole notion he's a waste on the field is just not true. It's just not true. But we're not maximizing what we can get out of this offense in the run game when he is on the field, in my opinion. And we also have to look at the down and distance and situations like that. Look at those stats because the off the field is still such a small sample size. The man played about 75% of all snaps. I don't want to just say tight end. Another thing. This notion of Mike Gesicki, re-sign him, give him 12. Can we stop? First of all, we're like Dolphin fans. I'm sorry. Y'all done turned me into this whole new human being where I just got to check all these false narratives every chance I get. I just got to bring some of y'all down to reality and get you out of delusion. We around here acting like we just got it all. Resign Gesicki and get Ogba. You can let that one there walk and blah, blah, blah. First of all, who say Gesicki want to come back? Who say Gesicki even care to come back to this team? Well, TD, he said it. Gesicki said he wants to be a Dolphin for life. That's contract talk. That's, hey, give me the most money and I'm here. That's freaking contract talk. Stop acting like we dictate who stays when they ain't even under contract. We don't dictate. I'll do you one better. Who you think gonna make Gesicki look better for his career? If the Chiefs call him in free agency, we want to bring you in, man. And the Dolphins say we want to keep you, where you think he going? Where you think he going? Wherever Aaron Rodgers end up and that team call and say we want to bring you in on free agency and we want to keep you, where you think he going? You think he's staying in Miami? Come on. If Buffalo calls him, we want you over here. And Miami say we want to keep you, you think he's staying in Miami? Somebody said, I don't see anyone giving Gesicki $12 million. Well, you need to check your eyes. This man might even get 15. What y'all fail to realize is other teams are looking at him like a receiver. Not only that, they're like, he put up some solid production, and we know he leaving a lot on the field. Go pull up the tape. The man running all around the field wide open, and the ball just ain't coming. You don't think other teams' scouting departments ain't say, Gesicki leave about 400-500 yards on the field every season. Gesicki leave about 30-40 yards on the field every game. Not him, but his quarterback. You can argue with me all you want. If Gesicki paired up with an elite quarterback, he would be a Pro Bowler. You can argue and tell me I'm wrong all you want. No, you're wrong. Gesicki should have been a Pro Bowler. Waddle should have been a Pro Bowler. That is just a fact. Both of those guys should have been Pro Bowlers this year. Gesicki coming in his freaking fourth freaking season. We know his talent. We know his ability when he get out there. We know his catch radius. And don't give me no Gesicki is inconsistent. No, his quarterbacks are inconsistent. Whatever one on the field at the time. Gesicki could be a vocal part of an offense. He the type of tight end that can get targeted 10 times a game and put up a $120 every game. Call it what it is. He is a true value. And some teams look at him like, with the right quarterback, it gets unlocked. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, this is so Dolphin. Gesicki goes to the Chiefs. He makes the Pro Bowl. Well, he wouldn't play like that with us. God, dog it wasn't him. Everybody, like all of the, like how many players does it take to go to other teams and us keep saying the same thing? Why does everybody that leave us go be good? Maybe you're looking at the wrong thing. You keep looking at them instead of certain factors around them, whether it's coaching, whether it's their quarterback, whether it's the scheme, whatever it is. But this is so Dolphin. This is so Dolphin. And we sat there and allowed this man to hit free agency. And y'all think that somebody ain't going to come snatch him off the shelf? And I'm telling y'all better watch out and hope it ain't a division rival. Y'all better watch out and hope it ain't a division rival. I'm telling you now. You better hope it ain't one of our division rivals. Somebody say he's staying. He can stay. Even if I ain't saying he going. All I'm saying to you is if he does stay, you going to pay that pretty penny. You going to pay that pretty penny. You going to look up in Cincinnati going to be like, hey, we got $65 million. Gesicki, our team already straight. We going to get 2 offensive linemen and we can show use a tight end. Gesicki. They're going to be like, we got $15 million over here for you. Oh, the Dolphins talk about 12. It don't matter if they were talking about 17. You really want to stay over there? Or you want to go to playoffs? You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if it is GMs talking to, like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's general managers like this. I mean, Gesicki, let's talk, man. You want to be a hometown favorite, or you want to be a Hall of Famer, a perennial Pro Bowler? I mean, you got to make that decision for your career. I bet you general managers, when free agency come, they're going to tell them straight out, you got to make that decision for your career. You want to be a hometown favorite, which they ain't going to appreciate you anyway. Or you want to go to Pro Bowls? You want to go to deep runs in the playoffs? Or you want to keep playing that game? Which one, man? What you want to do? And what you think he gonna do? What's better for his future? Well, some of y'all need to realize he might even take a pay cut to go to a better team that'll give him a chance to have postseason success. Real talk. You might look up this man sign a 4-year, $40 million deal with $28 million guaranteed for a real contending team. And got incentives on the contract. Why wouldn't he? I want y'all to think about that. If you were a Dolphin player who didn't get the contract you wanted after the 3rd year, you and your agent like, come on, sign me now. But you wanted to take me through a whole season and risk me injury before you sign me. And now you let me hit the free market? What you do? Come on, what would you do? You want to play around with the Dolphins hoping that they can turn it around, or you want to go to an instant contender? That's what it's going to come down to. You'll be surprised, man. There's too many teams that could use him right now. Hearing that the Giants are really in on him. Then I think we'll have a shot. But hey, I'm just saying, depending on how much money they offer. Let Gesicki walk. We need that money for the Tua contract extension later. Maybe. But I got an even better question for you, Tryhard. If Tua gonna need extension money, big money, and he's already proven he's the type of quarterback you got to put everything around him. That means you're going to put even less around him. When he gets that contract extension money. Will be like Brady and Gronk all over again in the AFC East, TD. I know it, bro. I know it. People need to open their eyes. They act like we have the say with these players. Let Gesicki go. Who say he was going to stay anyway? Re-sign Ogbar. How you know we going to be able to? Like we hold all the cards and control everything. We don't, ladies and gentlemen, for the record. We don't. We don't. John said, who is the QB that can work alone? There is no QB that can work alone. But there's levels to this. The better the QB, the less you may need. That's how the NFL works. It's an offset. That's how it works. That's just how it works. Balance beam, man. And we already did the stream on probabilities versus possibilities. Allen to Gesicki. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, could y'all imagine that? Buffalo side of Mike Gesicki. Diggs. Gesicki. Oh my gosh. All them guys over there, we play against them. And Gesicki over there blowing. Oh my, I ain't gonna say blowing us out, but hopefully not. Could y'all imagine this man catching touchdowns on us? And what we gonna do? Be fussing about the defense, and y'all know what TD gonna do. Hold on. We all knew that this was the cost of building around Tua. You see all that stuff we got on offense, right? That's the cost. Because we ain't got no linebackers that can keep up with Gesicki. Remember, we traded X or Byron or both. So don't get mad at Diggs out here mossing. Because we got this on offense. Look at that big name right tackle. Look at that center. Look at that receiver. This is what y'all wanted Tua to have everything. This is the cost. Don't be blaming the defense. This is what you should have expected, a decline. We'll see. I want to see at the end of the day, where are we going to make the big sacrifices? Where are we going to make the sacrifices? Gesicki for Landry. How much money you think Landry is about to get when they release him? He's still going to get a bag. What you going to bring him back? We're going to have a whole bunch of Landry Waddles on the field. That short intermediate game. Okay, I ain't opposed to it. Still got to pay him, though. TDD, same people saying let him walk will then blame Chris Greer. No, I mean, at the end of the day, it's about building around Tua. But when you talk to people about building around Tua and say, what does he need on offense and who would you get? On offense alone, everybody's coming up with like a $60 million plan. And then when they're done, they realize we still got to sign literally like 15 more people at an average of under $1 million each. And then they start reaching in areas to save money. Will let X walk with no replacement? With the downgrade? Ain't going to be no upgrade because it'll cost more. Well, save money with Byron. So you're going to eat the $6 million in dead cap or whatever it is and save $10 million and not upgrade? Because upgrade going to cost more. So you downgrade and still got to pay somebody. We don't sign Ogbar. Okay. What, we bringing Taco back? What we doing? Some of y'all say I'd rather give up Byron over X. Y'all don't understand what the tandem creates. That tandem is what's creating greatness on this defense. You give up Byron Jones, you're going to have an opposite side of X getting targeted all the time. Now X just never gets targeted. You're going to have spread offenses, forcing linebackers to cover. Somebody say Byron was out there getting burnt anyway. That's the shame of it all. People love to bring other people down. And bro, you don't know what you talk about. Talk about Byron was out there getting burnt. Are you kidding me? You see a guy get beat maybe one play a game, and he out there getting burnt. Byron gets beat on a 15-yard comeback route, and oh, come on, Byron, that was third down. It happens. I'm willing to tell you Xavier Howard got burnt more than Byron Jones. It's just Xavier got all the turnovers. Makes no sense. Don't know what you're talking about. Engraven said X needs to just come on home to Baltimore. Y'all didn't want to pay the price. It was right there for you at the trade deadline. You didn't want to pay the price. He would have saved your defense, though. I would say that. Truth be told, y'all probably would have made it in as a wild card. It still wouldn't have mattered long term due to all the injuries that y'all suffered, but it definitely would have been good for the next 2 years before Lamar's money kill y'all if you ever give it to him. Shout out to the homie Engraven in the building, by the way. But people don't understand that, man. You can go through a whole game with Byron Jones, and one time he get beat, everybody screaming into the top of their lungs. Most games, you never even heard the man's name. You never even heard the man's name in most games. Amazing to me. Oh, man. But it is what it is. That's how it works, man. But you know what? I ain't going to lie. I don't want to see Byron go because it's best for the team, but I understand this team probably ain't going to win for the next 2 years unless they do something drastic like at the quarterback position this offseason. I actually go ahead and trade him so some people can learn. Byron has no ball skills. He got cover skills. That's what he got. That's what he has. Covered skills. That's what it's about. Ravens 1-5 without Lamar. Give me a second. Trying to pull up this article. So I'm going to show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. For all these people who don't know football. This is Xavier Howard, y'all. 71 PFF grade, okay? 71. I want to show y'all 44 solo tackles, 84 targets, 48 receptions allowed, 5 INTs, 5 interceptions. Byron Jones, 49 solo tackles, more than X. 86 targets. He targeted 2 more times than X, so virtually the same. 54 receptions allowed, 0 interceptions. He allowed 6 more receptions than X. The reason why that PFF grade is different and he was a 65 is simply because of interceptions. Simply because of interceptions. And I don't care about the grade because that's what PFF comes with. That's what they do. I don't care about the grade. But the targets and the receptions allowed speak for themselves. They speak for themselves. They out there covering pretty much the same. It's just X got the interceptions. It's that simple. And what's funny is a lot of people say overpaid at $16 million. How much is Xavier Howard worth a year? If he played his great football every year, right, and he wasn't injury prone, how much would his contract be every year? Please give me the number. Come on, give me how much Xavier Howard should be getting paid. Because I'm going to make a point that makes some of y'all sound real silly right now about Byron Jones 16. Basically, when I look it up, X is, based off of his numbers in his Pro Bowls, X is about a $22 million a year cornerback. If you can count on that production to be consistent. $22 million. And you're going to sit here and tell me Byron overpaid at 16? Don't make no sense whatsoever. X should be making more money. He gets the turnovers. If he was a free agent on the open market and you knew you could rely on his consistent play, he'd get $22 million a year somewhere. He would. And you gonna tell me Byron ain't worth 16? You just saw the numbers. The only real difference is interceptions. And that's probably why X should make $7 million more a year. Y'all don't even know the market for cornerbacks. Some of y'all talking that craziness. Talk about Byron is overpaid. You don't even know the market for cornerbacks now. And part of the reason why you don't know the market is because now it's hard to even get an elite cornerback to hit free agency. They barely even hit free agency anymore. That's why you don't know how much they cost anymore, because they don't even hit free agency anymore like that. The great ones. They either given a deal early or they're traded and get a deal early before their contract is up. I talk about Byron got to take a pay cut to stay here. Why? Byron would be happy to get let go. Yeah, I mean, I want y'all to think about that from a monetary standpoint. He would be happy to well, they ain't gonna cut him. Let's get that straight. If they trade him, he's still getting his $16 million. So why would he take a pay cut to stay? Like this is the prime destination to want to stay. That's what I meant earlier when I said some of y'all act like it's like players, they beg to be in Miami. We gotta stop that mess. Sitting here acting like it's a privilege to be in Miami. Byron will sit right there in the table. I ain't taking no pay cut. You can restructure me, give me some more signing bonus to spread it out, which is giving him more money, by the way. But Byron's sitting there like, I'm in a pivotal point with my age where I could get one more deal. So why would I do that? That's what he's saying. My wife out there messing with the alarm. So Byron will sit right there and say, I'm not restructuring. Give me my $16 million. What, you gonna cut me? Then you gonna write me a check for $6 million. Then I'm gonna go to another team and get 15. And get 15. And multiple more years where I got more guaranteed money. You gonna trade them? Now you got to get, so somebody gonna give a late draft pick and give them now somebody will give up a draft pick. And we still got to eat the $6 million of that draft pick. So imagine you still paying $6 million. All you're doing is saving $10 million. Who you gonna bring in to replace him for $10 million? Who? If you lose Byron, X production will fall drastically. Those are facts. Exactly. Exactly. And I want y'all to think about this too. Both of these guys got targeted like 85 times in a year. X 84, Byron 86. So 85. 85 times. Do you know that means these guys literally got targeted like 5 times a game? Only 5 times a game? Between your two boundary corners, you're only getting targeted 10 times a game between both of them. Do you know how crazy that is when quarterbacks throw the ball 30 times? They only get targeted. See, that's the real stat that y'all ain't thinking about. Most corners in the NFL are getting targeted freaking 10 times a game. These guys getting targeted 5 times a game each. That means, think about that. 30, 35, 40 passes, and they look your way and they don't throw it. They only throw it 5 times. And you catch it 3 out of 5 times with both of them, it looks like. When I'm looking at the numbers, you catch it actually like 2.5. Let me see. No, you catch it 3 out of the 5 times you throw their way. 3 out of the 5. And let's be honest, most of the time it's 3rd and 15, and you throw a little 5-yard pass and they come down to make the tackle. That's the real value of Xavier Howard and Byron Jones. Between the two of them only getting targeted 10 times a game. That is the true value, ladies and gentlemen. Between both of them, they were targeted 170 times. That is 10 times a game. Not each, both of them combined. That is your true value. Shutdown. That's what you call shutdown. That is shutdown. So it don't matter how, this person got burnt, that person got burnt. 10 passes come their way a game. 6 of them are caught. And trust me, when you watch the film, you'll see some of them on 3rd down and it's underneath and they still punt the ball. So why did Byron not make the Pro Bowl? Easy. Interceptions. I mean, how many times I got to explain the simple factor to y'all? Interceptions. Another thing, how many corners make the Pro Bowl? He didn't make it. He not even getting considered if you ain't got no interceptions. It's that simple. Oh man, I'll do you one better. Did Xavier Howard make the All-Pro team this year? Did Xavier Howard make the All-Pro team? Okay. That's how it works, man. I said this year, Sean, this year. But all I'm saying is some of y'all that don't know football need to stop talking about Byron Jones. You don't even know his value. You don't even know his value. Have no clue about the value. Man get targeted 5 times a game. That alone is value. 5 targets a game? Man, you can only dream of that, man. You can only dream of that. Let me see something. I got to see something. His value is not greater than X. Okay, it's not. Look at this. Jalen Ramsey got targeted 93 times. Jalen Ramsey got targeted more than X and Byron. And when you got an X on the team, wouldn't you think Byron gets targeted more? Jalen Ramsey got targeted more than Byron and X. Come on, man. And what he do? He gave up 60 receptions out of 93. Hold on, let me give up the let me look at these numbers here. Let me look at these numbers. X gives up 57% completion. 57. Byron, hold on. Oh, I got that wrong. Byron gives up 63. So X 57, Byron 63. Well, 62 actually, but round up 63. And Jalen Ramsey 64. Jalen Ramsey 64. Ramsey gets targeted more. He gives up a higher percentage completion in both of them. Now, he got the 4 interceptions like X, but where Jalen Ramsey stands apart from both of them, because he's an 84.5 rating, he's a tackler, solo tackler. He killing them in tackles. He got like 20 more than them. So he up in that box and everything. The man got 62 solo tackles, tied at 7th. He getting a lot more gritty and grimy in the first 5 to 10 yards, pretty much. But this is what I'm saying. I said, let me look up another corner, Because these, and one that starts pretty much. Because these guys literally getting targeted. These guys are getting targeted less than. What's another corner that played all year that was great this year, y'all? I want to look them up. Give me another corner who played all the games this year. Give me another great corner. Name one. Name one. I just got to see this. Somebody help me out. Put one in the comment section. JC Jackson. JC Jackson. I ain't talking about wide receivers. I said corners, y'all. Corners. Y'all said trade. Look at this. JC Jackson targeted 98 times. Now, he only allowed 50 receptions. Right there in the range of Byron and X, but he got a much better ratio. 8 interceptions, 45 solo tackles. That's why he was in the running. Who else y'all said? Diggs. I don't know how to spell his first name. Let me see. I want to see if I can find me one of these elite starting corners with less. Look at this, 96 targets, 55 receptions allowed. 11 interceptions, though. 43 solo tackles. So now do y'all understand the value of Byron Jones and Xavier Howard as a tandem? X is the better player, but as a group, they covering so well, they ain't even getting targeted like the best, the number ones in the league, even though they're up there. Now do you understand? Now do you understand? Darius Slay. Let's see here. No, why am I putting Darius in? I'm tripping. It's a wide receiver. Any other ones y'all want to compare them to? Any other ones? That's it. All I'm saying to you is all of these corners get targeted more than X and Byron. X targeted 84 times, Byron targeted 86. You want to get a true definition of lockdown? Go look at the targets. You want a true definition of lockdown? All you got to do is go look at the targets. Because if you're a trash corner or ain't a good corner, they pick on you. It's a matchup. It's simple. Patrick Surtain Jr. I mean, I don't like doing the young ones. Well, let's see. All right, Patrick Surtain Jr. AJ Terrell, I got him next. Patrick Surtain Jr. Ooh, he right there with them boys. 85 targets, 49. That is a legit corner. 4 interceptions. I'm gonna be honest. He put up Xavier Howard numbers. X just had one more interception than him. He put up X numbers this year. But X scored on some of his, so his rating may be higher. Look at this. Patrick Surtain Jr. is rated a 66.1, and Byron was rated a 65. He lit but got injured. Oh, well, how many games did he miss? That matters. You got to reevaluate him then. Let me see. I'll tell you how many games he played. It looks like he played 15 games. Yeah, it looks like he played 15 games, so he missed 2 games. So he up there. So on average, if he played all 17, he would have had about 96 targets. So he's still up there. So he still would have been targeted a lot. But he still got the picks and stuff. And I'm going to tell you now, his ratio does look strong, though, regardless. Let's see here. All right. But anyway, man, all right, last one, AJ Terrell. Last one, man. Y'all get my point, though. He got targeted 66 times, 29 targets. He either the best or he missed games. And I'm about to find out how many games he played. He played 16. Yeah, he locked him down then. 66 targets. Jesus. 29 receptions allowed. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Is he on the boundary or the slot? Let me see. TD, they ain't get your point. Hey, man, I ain't going to keep going corner after corner after corner. The only thing that matters is you want to see the true value in a cornerback, go look at how many times they were targeted. What people need to understand is not getting targeted is your strongest asset. That means a lot of times the quarterback looked your way and didn't throw that ball. You forced him to go to his second or third or fourth read, whatever order that was in. He did not want to throw the ball your way. That's a true great gauge on cover corners. How many times were they targeted? And if you do have a high target number, make sure the completion rate is real low. It's all just like Flores said, it's all about deterrence. Getting you to not throw the ball that person's way. That is a win alone. See, but people don't talk about that. You could go a whole game with Byron Jones. They throw the ball his way 5 times. He gives up 3 completions, and they might even be short of the first down, and they punt the ball. And every 3 games, he give up 1 big play, and he trash or something like that. Ladies and gentlemen, Byron Jones is $16 million is worth every penny. Just so you know, it's worth every penny. It's definitely worth every penny. You got high targets, you're trash. Not really. If you got high targets, then you want to make them pay for it. That's like having 120 targets, but you got 50 receptions. They were stupid throwing it your way. You basically earning less targets in the future. There are sometimes you're going to have high targets, but did you make them pay for it? First and foremost, if you got low targets, you already told them you ain't throwing it this way. You don't see an open man. You don't see an open man. You do not see an open man. Anyway, man, let me see. We're 125 in. I got another 35 minutes. I'm gonna drop the link real quick. We can have some conversation. If you want to come on, chat it up with me, debate with me, whatever you want to do, let's do it. The link has been dropped. Let's have some fun. I know EM running now, so he ain't gonna come. High targets mean they would rather throw to you versus the other side. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly how it works. All right, let me drop this link. TD, is Watson to Miami dead? Not yet, but we'll see. I'm gonna be honest with you. Until he's traded somewhere else, it's not dead. I mean, honestly, we may look up in the draft already passed and he's still not traded. All of these are real possibilities. All of them are real possibilities. Great job, TD, once again. Honored to be here. Appreciate you, Hermes. Appreciate that, man. We got Greg Fontaine. We got Crypto Ross 11, Ashton Tyler. What's going on, fellas?
How you doing, TD?
What's up, TD?
How you doing, man? Actually, TD, I can hear you.
What's up?
I can hear you.
Do you hear an echo? Do you hear an echo on my end?
No.
Okay, cool. Well, I ain't got to put the headphones on. So talk to me, fellas. Some of the things we were talking about today, what's some of the things that struck your interest?
I want to trade Byron or X are delusional because I guarantee you they're all 2 years, and once Byron and X are traded, they're all going to be complaining when the defense is getting torched.
You know what's funny?
That's true. That means he's going to have to keep up.
You know what's funny about that? Imagine if our defense sucked this year, what the narrative would be. Tua didn't give up all those points. They would say the defense. They would say the defense is the reason why we lost. But the defense played they behind off in the second half, and they carried the team, and our offense was still trash. So that's why I'm saying if we do take a step back with our defense next year, I don't want to hear it. I don't want nobody blaming the defense.
I want Byron.
They can't.
You gotta keep Byron Jones. He's one of the best in the game. We get all that money we gave him is working.
Yeah, those are the anchors of the defense. They can't afford to let them go. They're tandem.
Javon Howard is coming along nicely, and he fits perfectly with him. So
I think
our secondary is great.
I think that they're going to explore one of those guys moving on to save some money to do some other things on this team, y'all.
Well, if that's the case, I gotta ask you this. If that's the case, who do you want to keep? Personally, I want to keep Byron Jones.
Yeah. It's tough because you do want to give up them turnovers, you know. Them turnovers do help out.
Yeah, but if you give up, see, here's the difference. If you give up X, you lose the turnovers, right?
Yeah.
But if you
give
up
key,
Byron,
flipping the field.
But if you give up Byron, X's targets go down, which the turnovers may go down. Anyway.
But you know, you got some teams that's real gutsy. They just like doing it just to compete. They do that.
That's when they have to prove it. See. Remember when X was by himself and he put up the numbers?
Yeah.
That was
he was.
That was the prove it year, though. You can't bank on that anymore. They gonna always try you until you show them otherwise. That was the year he proved don't throw the ball to me like that on a heavy basis.
So you saying they're not gonna throw it in his direction?
Well, why would they need to?
Because some teams are just courageous like that. They think it's a fluke.
Yeah, but again, have you seen X follow the best receiver all over the field?
No, he don't do that all the time. No.
And matter of fact, I'll go out on a limb to tell you what I realize is one half they'll put X on a guy, and then the next half they'll put Byron on him. They'll switch him at halftime. I saw that a lot.
Saw that
That's
they'll
all
alternate.
thing.
Yeah, they did that a lot. They would switch the guys up.
Yeah, that was probably because they want to keep them guessing, though, TD.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but again, it garnered the same results.
I agree. If you throw in the middle, but if they try to throw in the middle, Javon Howard just waiting to either pick it off or just lay you on the ground.
And that's another thing that I've always said. I know people got mad at me. I said every time X got that security blanket behind him with the safety, he balls out.
When y'all think we're gonna start using Noah?
Good question.
I don't know.
Or
It's going to have to be this year.
Honestly, I say we just cut him.
This is year 3 for him. It's got to be this year.
I mean, he deserves an opportunity, I guess.
I get that, but if he is proven, even in practice, he cannot get on the field, we are wasting our time, and it was a wasted pick.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah, that will be a true wasted pick. I mean, it was a luxury pick to begin with. But, they're going to have to put him on the field somehow.
Yep.
So who do y'all think goes this offseason? What sacrifices will they make? What are the most likely sacrifices?
Are you talking about question? Are you just talking about players that don't need to be on the team no more, or like people that
No, they will.
Well,
y'all already know who I want going from the team.
Before you, I want Jesse Davis gone. I want Jesse Davis gone.
Fan favorite Jesse Davis to be gone, man. That's sad to hear.
That's kind of a given, right?
Well, that's a given.
But what sacrifice do you think this team will make? Like, who will they not re-sign, and who will they actually trade or cut? As far as your bigger names,
hopefully Parker's traded or cut.
Hold on. Let Greg go real quick.
They're gonna trade Howard. They're not gonna re-sign Ogba. They're gonna give the money to Gesicki, and I think Gesicki might have a down year. Gesicki's good, but I think he might have a down year in the offense because the Dolphins usually, when they give money to players, they usually don't do good. And then I think Byron could be gone, but I doubt if they're trading X. And then that's all I see happen. Maybe Jerome Baker gets traded, that's what I think.
Baker.
Maybe I doubt it.
You know what? Y'all got me
about the Baker
y'all
thing.
got me thinking about another way that they could do this.
I got another way.
It's going to be just a lot of trading. I mean, they could just resolve it by trading alone.
Y'all got me thinking about another way, man. I want y'all to hear me out real quick.
Go ahead.
What if they go nuclear? It might work. Well, I mean, I don't think it'll work as long as two are here, but it might maximize it. Let me tell y'all what nuclear is. Nuclear is conceding just one more year of losing, okay?
But even though we haven't made the playoffs, technically,
I don't know.
I'm using air quotes.
That's
we're not going to lose this year.
Let me show you what that looks like, okay? We got $70 million in cap, right?
Yep.
Right.
You trade X and clear up 15. 85. We already been through all those small players, Jesse and all of them, to clear up another 15. That's $100 million.
So you're going to get rid of Nick Needham too?
Say you go ahead and get rid of Byron Jones too.
So you letting Parker and Gesicki go then?
Hold on, watch this. You get rid of Byron. Now you got $110 million.
Mm-hmm.
You let Ogba walk. Now you no. Well, how old is Ogba?
I think like 20.
Yeah,
late 20s,
not 30 yet. Late 20s.
You probably have to sign and trade him.
No, I'll get rid of Ogba. I'm not going to keep him.
I got a question.
And I'm gonna maybe re-sign Gesicki because of his age. And what if they even say let's move on from Parker and save the $6 million, and now we got $116 million, right?
That means we'll have to get a receiver in this draft, and this is a heavy receiver draft.
No, like this would be like the final stage of the rebuild of the new youth, right? So now remember, you got a draft pick for X, you got a draft pick for Byron, but you accumulated some draft picks, okay? Now, on top of that, You got $116 million. Go ahead and continue to build this offense young, either in the draft or a player who's coming fresh off of their rookie contract, so they're young.
Mm-hmm.
You can pretty much get a great offense all around. You could probably spend about 65 to 70 million. You can spend 70 million and lock your offense in, okay?
Okay, TD.
Now you still hold on. Now you still got 46 million for your defense. Go ahead and draft you another defensive end in the first round. Right? Use that capital, even if you got to move up because you got capital from X and Byron, right? Mm-hmm. Also go ahead and start developing a young linebacking core and let Coleman and Nick Needham go out there on the edge. It ain't gonna be the prettiest sight, but again, you're rebuilding a defense. Because what people need to realize is we're gonna have to if we kept these guys 2 years from now, you got to rebuild a defense anyway. Am I wrong?
No.
At least
the secondary.
The highest piece. Yeah, the highest pieces, price pieces, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the one piece we have in the secondary already is Javon Howard.
The front seven you won't have to pay because they're on their rookie deals.
Yeah, you already got those guys secured. So you can go nuclear knowing that you're going to struggle this year and you're not going to do anything, but you're in a much better situation for the year after that, where you might just be able to keep letting guys grow and you could plug in a quarterback, or if Tua works, you still got 2 draft picks the following year to make the team even better. But that's a nuclear way where you got to go ahead and let everybody go. Go let them go. If you know we're not going to win it all this year, let them all go. What's the purpose of having? I've been saying this about X for years now. Why do y'all care about this great production in years that we don't even make the playoffs and we rebuild? X is showing y'all we legitimately wasted his career.
We need one of them to stay.
Why are you sticking around? Just ask for a trade.
Well, maybe because X's contract is friendly. Didn't you say his was friendly?
Yeah,
which is fine. But yeah, if you're gonna cut them all, you might as well let this part of the offense go too.
They need to go ahead and let them all go. I mean, what people holding out this hope that Tua can lead us to the playoffs. To what end, ladies and gentlemen? I don't care if we get better. You think we win in the Super Bowl?
Nah.
I mean,
it's about to take the right dominoes fall.
You think we going further than the Bengals? Oh my gosh, for real?
The right dominoes got to fall.
Because you get a good running game and Tua improves. We going now? For real?
Hey, TD, this is how we make it. We got to play Oakland, we had to go that route. Play Oakland, play Tennessee, and overcome 9 sacks, and have to play Kansas City, who gift wrapped you a win in their own building. So we're going to have dominoes fall in that fashion for us to make it.
Listen, man, this is what I'm talking about. What is the end goal for everybody?
Win a Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
When you ask even the biggest Dolphin fan, do you think that whatever we do this offseason, we going to win a Super Bowl this year with Tua?
Nope.
We just got to get to the playoffs first.
I want to get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
No,
I want
zero once you make the playoffs.
I want the playoff. I want the playoffs. And I want to win the division. We haven't won.
Division.
This is the sad point that I keep trying to get along to people. You would rather make the playoffs and waste capital for the future. It's about building a Super Bowl winning team, right?
Yep.
If you know you're not going to win a Super Bowl this year, then every move you make should be maximizing your potential to eventually win one. Why are you going to let another year of Xavier Howard's prime go through the works for his value to start being lower and lower? Let's get something straight. His value ain't getting no higher.
Nope.
It can't. I told y'all that last year. Did his value get higher this year than last year?
I would have found if we would have traded him last year.
We got to keep X or Byron just so we can build the pipeline.
So TD,
for the next
TD, what out of those 7 playoff teams that's most likely that'll make it again? What team do we have? What will we have to build our team to beat, other than the Bills and Chiefs?
Every single one of them.
Bengals.
Because look at the teams that didn't make it. The Chargers got as much money as us.
The Browns and the
Browns, they a quarterback.
Y'all hold the top of top. Y'all really think the
Denver.
Browns don't do anything? The Browns are.
They're one quarterback away. It's just their quarterback is the problem.
Browns
they got the
come
best
up
offensive
short.
line in football, and they got the best running backs.
What's up, y'all?
What's up?
That don't mean that don't. Like
the Browns
said,
are pretty close. They just one quarterback away.
We say that man. I hear that every single year, and what happens? They don't.
What I'm trying to tell y'all. Yeah, okay. So what happens if the Browns acquire Aaron Rodgers?
They're winning the
That's
Super Bowl.
Then they're going to be in that championship game.
That's different. As long as they got Baker Mayfield, that ain't
they
happening.
probably win the Super Bowl if they acquire Aaron Rodgers.
This is the stuff y'all need to think about. Just like Brady did with
As if Rodgers don't choke.
Yeah,
well, they won't be playing the 40. They won't be playing the 49ers, so they won't choke.
All I'm saying is, man, we're talking about the 7 teams that made it. You also need to look at the 3 or 4 that were up there that didn't, and then you also need
a quarterback away.
Then you also need to look at the potential quarterbacks that may be coming to the AFC that's going to be available.
So, TD, I got a question.
Go ahead.
For us to really be successful going all in with Tua, we would have to be like the 49ers to where we put so much towards the offense and we have to get lucky drafting a Baby Bosa, drafting a Fred Warner. Because, like you said, with all the money going towards the offense with Tua, it's either we're going to be a team where we're kind of like the Chiefs, where we just hope on Tua and our weapons to just outscore the opponents and our defense is lackluster. Or we gotta hope that Chris Greer can draft some dogs on defense, and we develop them, because I just don't see us being top heavy and beating a team like the Bengals that have a good offense. And the Bengals have so much money. Who knows who they're gonna? They might get J.C. Jackson. They might get all these other guys.
Exactly. That's I want y'all to think about that. Take the Bengals for instance. First of all, they'll have first dibs on free agents because they got just as amount as money, but they went to the Super Bowl. Free agents would love to come there and be the missing piece. But they can go get the best right tackle and the best center, take them from us, and that'll pretty much cost them about $35 million right there. They can go get J.C. Jackson. They can trade for Xavier Howard if they want it.
And get what type of what we get in return? The second round pick or a third round pick?
What I'm saying, whatever it is, we'd be substituting it for a lesser player. When their offense is already better than ours, and just imagine what their offense will be when they get a better O-line.
They get another right tackle and left guard. It's lights out.
They just keep that.
No, they don't need a left tackle. They don't need a left tackle. They don't need a left tackle. They don't need a left guard. They need a center,
they need a
right
tackle,
guard, and a right tackle.
Yeah.
Right. They get a right tackle, right guard. It's like
if they don't address this, if they don't address their offensive line in this offseason, I hate to say Joe Burrow will end up like Andrew Luck. I'm not saying that's gonna happen.
Well, he will.
But they
Burrow,
are.
He's gonna end up like Dan Marino.
They have to.
But they are.
But this was the biggest concern coming out of college. Like, I got something to do. And what happened? He got hurt in his first year.
They will address their O-line.
They got the money.
They have the money, and they just made it to the freaking Super Bowl.
They're already looking at Tunsil.
They have a window with Joe Burrow. No, I don't know why they're looking at Tunsil. They need a right tackle.
They need right tackle.
Yeah,
they need the right side.
But they have the money, and they leaps and bounds better. They got the money to get 2 nice pieces on defense and sure up that O-line and get some complimentary players to go with it.
And draft smart.
And the messed up part about it is they got first dubs on anybody because they just made the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They
can afford to go.
Burrow holds on to the ball too
trade away draft picks. They can afford.
If you say Burrow holds on to the ball too long,
Aaron Donald's just that dude.
Then guess what's gonna happen when he get a right tackle and a right guard? Oh my God!
Oh yeah. By the way, the Bengals almost.
You're gonna have to get rid of it quicker. Yeah,
I mean he hold on
to get rid of it quicker. Now he gonna hold it even longer.
5 seconds.
He gonna hold it even longer now, though. Not to mention,
Yeah,
I
they
can see the Bengals. I can see the Bengals even going to get another weapon with Chase.
Who exactly? What,
Yeah, they can
college or
Spurs. They
free?
can
No
afford
question.
luxury picks in the draft. They in position.
Out of college,
Yeah.
do you see him going to get a pick in free weapon out of college or the free agency?
They might call Atlanta, bro.
I would really
They ain't
like.
getting Ridley.
What, Ridley?
No.
Yeah, Adam
They don't
is
need
piece,
him.
that fourth weapon.
What about Jerry Judy?
Hey.
Or the Broncos not going to give him up?
I'm just saying, man. Teams like the Bengals can do whatever they want for the next 3 years.
But I got a question.
Yeah, they're in position too.
I got a question for the panel. So with the way the AFC is built right now, most of the star quarterbacks are under 26. Do y'all really think that if Miami does go into another rebuild phase, that we would be able to catch up when guys like Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, and all these other Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes? Like, y'all got to remember, the AFC is full of young, talented quarterbacks, and we're gonna have to start from
Miami's not
basically point
rebuilding
one
though.
again.
Miami's retooling.
I'm not worried. I just say this. I am not worried about Lamar Jackson.
Nope.
But then you got to worry
Not
about
at
Patrick
all.
Mahomes. You got to worry about Joe
Yeah, worry
Burrow.
about the other ones.
That's different.
Lamar
That's
Jackson
different.
was an anomaly.
Why you
That's
not
the first
worried
time
about
we
Lamar
beat them
Jackson?
in 6 games.
See, this is why you need to worry about Lamar Jackson.
All the time I hear you dog him out. Come on, bro.
No. It's
He's
not
a hit
that.
away
I'm
from
not
being
talking.
another Cam Newton.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. This is
He's
why
not a
you
good
should. This is why
he's
you
not a
should
good
worry.
passer at all.
No, I agree, but this is why you should worry about Lamar Jackson. Okay, I tell y'all every time.
Once they pay him, that's it.
Bro, you
They gonna have
gotta
around them.
hear me out, bro. Hear me out. The reason why you should worry about Lamar Jackson is this reason. I tell y'all this every week. Every team plays 10 bums a year. Okay? The thing with Lamar Jackson is he typically beats those 10 bums. But the important part, it ain't about beating us. It's about taking a playoff spot from us. That's what you should worry about with him.
But TD, when you say bump team, most people consider us as a bump, and they no one has winning that game. They consider us.
What I'm saying to you is,
what he's saying, they're going to occupy a spot in the playoffs.
What I'm saying to you is, if Lamar Jackson didn't get hurt this year, we would have still destroyed him, but he would have took a playoff spot even if we would have won versus Tennessee.
He would have got kicked out the first round, though.
But
it
still,
doesn't matter. We wouldn't have made it. We wouldn't have made it.
It would have been like the Andy Dalton all over again, occupying a spot in the playoffs.
Even if we beat Tennessee, we wouldn't have made it with 10 wins.
No,
because that team would have been in.
If we didn't start, we won a couple of games, and we didn't start 1-8, we could have made the playoffs.
He is a bum, but how many teams gonna play the type of defense we played against them? That's why I tell y'all, everybody play 10 bums a year.
Wait,
I'm still not.
Lamar Jackson is better at beating bums than we are.
But what I see year after year, I'm just not worried about him. Just not. I'm just not.
So basically, TD, you saying Lamar Jackson is better at beating bums than Tua?
Listen, all I'm saying is Lamar Jackson can get his team in the playoffs. Now, what he do in them, I have no faith.
Right, I'm talking about along the way to get to the playoffs. He's just more efficient at beating bums than our quarterback is.
Yeah,
Question is he just a regular?
He gonna run all over him. They gonna make him look like a good passer. They gonna do all of that.
Is he just he gets a playoff and then get kicked out the first round? Will he just be considered a regular season quarterback?
But that's fine. But what I'm saying is his ability to take your spot in the playoffs. That's the point.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
that becomes a problem.
So we talk about the team. We talk about what teams are we going to replace? Which team we going to replace that was in the playoffs? Let's go back to the teams that didn't make it that should have. Baltimore should have been in the playoffs. They were the hottest starting team in the NFL this year.
Yep.
Yeah, they
until
did.
those injuries happened.
Yeah.
The Chargers are one team you really got to watch out for.
Nah, they always find a way to kick themselves out the playoffs.
Cleveland fell apart.
Chargers only a few defensive players away from.
Yeah, Indianapolis fell apart at the end.
What people need to realize is we can actually improve on offense.
I agree.
Still
I
end up
100% agree.
And still end up the 10th best team in the AFC.
Indy needs a quarterback. That's what they need.
And that's my point about all this build around. I feel like people don't understand how stacked the AFC is.
Right. We need to build a team
Like
to beat
people
the Bills
forget that
first.
we in the conference with Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. All he needs is a defense. He already shows you he could do everything with his arm. Derek Carr is another dark horse. You might not respect Lamar, but Lamar can, like TD said, could put his team in the playoffs. We got to go through all of that.
And that's why
Hey, TD, I got a question for you.
What about the Steelers?
I got a question. I got a question, TD. You think maybe in the interview process, when they was interviewing all these coaches, they should have been asking them how they're going to win the division and how they're going to beat the Bills instead of worrying about how they're going to build around a quarterback?
Listen, yeah, they already asked that. You know what Mike McDaniel probably said?
What'd he say?
That's why I want to bring the run game to Miami. See, the best weapon against Josh Allen is keeping the ball out of his hands. Do you know that we had games against Josh Allen where we had 40 minutes and they had 20 and still got blown out?
Yeah, we had the time of possession. We won the time of possession against them
we kill them in time of possession and still get blown out. I don't want to hear that run game mess. These guys put up 20-some points in 3 minutes in the fourth quarter. Think I want to hear something about some clock management when you got guys who can score that fast?
Well, that's a defensive problem.
They could go They could go 80 yards in what, 3 minutes?
Yeah, man. I want to hear that mess.
Running game.
And you sure better not mess up this secondary. You sure better not get rid of Byron or X of Buffalo throwing the ball over your head all day.
Oh, we'll lose by 60.
Yeah, that should have been the focus. How do we win this division first?
We need some linebacker. We need linebacker help.
Everybody want to ignore the fact the reality is to compete with some of these teams, you need a quarterback like them. But we don't keep ignoring that factor just to keep on down this science experiment.
We have the defense, but like you said, we do need the quarterback. What
did Zach Wilson look like at the last 5 games of the season? He didn't look too shabby like he started out with.
Actually, bro. He was actually on fire.
No, he did really good. He did really good, actually.
But y'all got to understand, those guys have been in a pro-style offense struggling, learning how to navigate a pro-style. They're supposed to struggle early. But that light's starting to come on. I'm going to be honest, man. I'm worried about them Jets creeping up on us better than us.
Exactly.
I predicted us to lose one of our 4 games to them this season.
That happened.
One of our 4 losses was supposed to have been to the Jets.
That happened. Richie gonna be talking so much smack. Richie gonna be talking so much smack.
TD, I'm gonna tell you right now.
About to creep up on us.
Salah might end up being one of those sneaky coaches from the the Shanahan tree. Because I understand he was their defensive coordinator, but Salah looks like him and that general manager up in New York, they working together to build a monster. They don't like the Jets being just the team that everybody beats up on anymore.
Let me tell y'all something. The Jets, I want y'all to think about this. The Jets got $45 million, and they already got 10 more players signed than us.
What do you mean 10 more?
You basically
like the current players they got already, or
they already got more players signed than us.
Not counting their young players, right?
What's that? No, all of their young players included in that.
What about Crowder? Did they sign Crowder? They got him on the contract yet? I know he's a big pickup.
Wait, which Crowder are you talking about?
Jameson Crowder.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. I don't see him.
No, maybe.
But yeah, man,
maybe it's a one-time deal.
Yeah, I mean, C.J. Mosley making big money over there. Carl Lawson, Corey Davis.
That's another one.
Right.
Well, he been in and out of the lineup.
Yeah, defensive tackle, left tackle, Mekhi Becton.
They got Becton. They got a good offensive line. Tucker.
I'm telling you, my biggest fear is the Jets creeping up on us and rivaling with us, bro. That would be the ultimate embarrassment.
They have so many
It
old
is,
linemen. They're
but
thinking of
they
trading one
got to
of them.
develop. But TD, they've also proven they can't develop a quarterback. If they could do that, they'll be they'll sneak up on us. But they have to develop their quarterback first.
Well, yeah,
I
but
agree
it's
with
only going to take
TD. I agree with
It's
everything.
only
I
going to
agree
take
with
2
everything you
seasons to do
said.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
agree
y'all
with everything you said,
gotta
TD.
understand Zach Wilson. He's showing those improvements though.
Yeah.
He gotta stay healthy though. He gotta stay healthy.
Yeah, we get that,
Yeah.
but that's what you look for, a consistent level of improvement. When you look at his last 5 games, bro,
Yeah, he's
That's
playing
all.
pretty
Oh,
good.
that's all.
They should have beat the Bucks in that game.
Yep.
They threw
Yeah,
away that game.
They should have, but that's a young team losing to
Should have.
veterans.
Yeah. They could have easily had 2 or 3 more extra wins this season.
I agree.
Yeah, they're going to be pretty scary dealing with they in our division.
Yeah.
We need to keep it. We need to keep improving. We have to. Otherwise, we'll be back. We'll be back at the bottom like we are. And I'm sick of that.
let me tell you something. Zach Wilson just got to find a way to, make more plays. I mean, they ain't got no receivers really.
No, they don't.
Except one.
Corey-
Other
Except
than
one.
Corey Davis?
Except one.
Davis and Crowder.
What about
Yeah.
Denzel Mims?
Mims,
Yeah, but these
Mims,
guys were
he's
inconsistently in and out.
Yeah. Yeah, they wasn't
And
on the field all the
my
time.
biggest thing is this. I mean, this kid threw 0 picks in them last 5 games. That's taking care of the ball.
Impressive.
Right. No
Matter
picks
of
at
fact,
all.
when you look at it, his last 10 games, he only threw 4 picks.
Right. His problems was on the first 6 games. That was it.
Yeah, because
And
he
he was
had
just
4
learning the
picks.
offense.
He had 4
Yeah.
picks versus the Patriots in his second game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
only
had a
had
couple,
2
3 or 4
games
pick
where he
games.
threw multiple picks, and those were the first. It was the Patriots
The first
game.
6 games,
and in the second game was the Broncos. After that, he never threw more than 1 interception.
Did he even play a game against us, or he was hurt all the games?
He played 1.
He played 1.
Oh,
That's
I
just
just
one.
realized I didn't even
The
know he
second
got
game.
hurt.
Yeah,
he got hurt.
we
He
played
was hurt.
against Flacco, and the other one was against him.
Yeah. So he
That
didn't
was our
play
first
against
time
us at
playing him.
all.
Yeah, he did. The second game.
Yeah, the
against
second
us.
game.
Okay.
He missed 4 games.
That's why I say he has to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he missed 4 games, but he did play once against us. The first game was Flacco. The second game was against him.
12. He played 13, 16, 17. So I just got to do this math now.
It's weird how he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's a backup now.
Mhm.
It happens, bro.
9 times 4, 718. So Zach Wilson, if he played the whole season, his average would have been 3,100 yards.
Damn.
Which ain't bad for the full season projected
Yeah, that's
out.
a lot.
Rookie too.
That's good for a rookie. That's better than Jim Kelly.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
Oh, Trevor Lawrence.
TD.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Oh yeah, T. I got a question for you.
Oh, he played
What's
the
up?
same amount of games as Tua.
Wow.
In his first season or total? We talking about his first
No,
his first
Tua this year played 13, and he
Those
played
two got
13.
Two got hurt in that Buffalo game.
So they both played the same amount of games
this
And,
year.
yeah, and he had pretty much 2,400 yards, and Tua had 2,650.
So 200-yard difference. That's it.
200 yard
something yards.
difference. 200 yard difference. Second year versus first year for him.
Tua
Yeah.
only played 2 drives on the Buffalo game. He got hurt.
Yeah, I think
So that's
I
why 12
remember.
games then.
Yeah. I guess you can equate it that way. But I guess you could also look at the game Trevor got hurt. When was that? Actually, I should be able to tell you which game that was. That was the Patriots game.
Wow.
Yep. He only threw for 51 yards, so he got hurt early in that game. So same difference. They both got hurt in the game.
Wait, T, I got a question for you. Yo, well, okay, since we're like, okay, what do we have? The 29 pick overall or something like that?
Yeah,
What
29.
position do we just take best available or do we go for a need?
Best
So there's a
available.
lot there's a lot of talent that's gonna fall at that 29 spot, wherever we are. There's a lot of talent that's gonna
Well,
fall.
in a dream scenario, they trade the pick.
Yeah, that's what I say.
I'm fine with that too.
Yeah.
But
Trade
I just said but only if this player falls, but he won't. If Chris Olave out of Ohio State falls right there, you gotta take him. I know it won't happen, but that's just
I'm gonna be
it won't
honest with
happen though.
you. If I was Miami, I would rather trade that pick for a next year pick with somebody.
Yeah.
I do it too, but only if a good, but if there's like a good player that's really good and you think he was there, you take him.
Nah, listen.
But other than that, I say
But
trade. Other than that, I agree
But
with you.
TD,
Trade
they
that.
can't afford to check out of the process. They will be checking out the process if they do that.
No, they ain't checking out of the process because the number 29 pick ain't no guarantee, bro.
Yeah.
No, but you got a lot of talent on the board at that point.
Yeah,
There's gonna
but
be a lot of
that
talent. There's a lot of
talent ain't no guarantee. What I'm saying is you can improve the value of that pick. Trade it with somebody that's trying to move up and they got playoff aspirations next year. And if they fail, then you're gonna get a pick in the 20s, a better than 29 next year.
But what about a person that's trying to move back instead of what about a person
how do
that's
you
trying
know
to
that
move back?
player can't be an impact player like a linebacker, a receiver, or a running back?
You
that can have a
don't
good
know.
year?
Yeah.
You don't, but how you know the next year player won't either? I mean, it's just strategically getting a better value pick.
I get all that, but
Yeah,
if
but
the
you,
talent
but
is
yeah,
good,
you
you
hoping
can't
that it's
pass
going to
it
be a
up.
high value pick for next year.
Well,
What
the
if it falls
odds of
into
it,
the 30s?
no, the odds of it being in the better than 29 are like a 93% chance. There's a 93% chance that you will pick better than 29 next year.
It all depends on what team you do the dealing with.
No. Regardless of what team, you could do it with the freaking who
Do
won
the
the Super Bowl.
Chiefs, it ain't happening.
You could do
Or
it
the
with
Rams.
the Rams, even though they probably ain't even got one. But you
But yo,
still got a 93% chance of a better pick, bro.
But what about the
How
scenario
if
of a
they go
team
to the
that's
Super
trying to
Bowl
move
again
back?
and ain't?
No,
It's gonna be a
if they
31st pick.
no. See, you're missing the point. If they go to the Super Bowl again,
If that's a big if.
But they're favored.
if bro, no, it
A lot
doesn't
of teams
matter,
can be
man.
favorites and don't make it.
Yeah, it
going to the
doesn't
Super
Yeah,
matter.
Bowl.
but
Hard.
we're dealing with a small amount of teams that's gonna be
It
favored.
doesn't, bro. What I'm saying to you is, it would be wise to trade that pick, and you ain't got to trade with one of those teams. You could trade with a team like the Cowboys, who always think they're gonna make it. You at least gonna end up with a 23rd pick.
TD,
I'm
I
I
hear
just
know,
you,
saying.
but why would Greer do that? He
TD,
would be
I
hanging
hear you,
himself when he
but
do that.
No,
TD,
he
I
won't.
hear you, and I agree, but
I'm just
I
saying,
hear you
stack
and
up
I
for
agree,
next
but
year. That should be your emergency draft, bro. Next
I
year should
hear
be
you,
your
but
emergency draft.
Yep.
I can't
But
fully.
that's
I
gambling,
agree, but
TD.
I can't fully agree with that. I
What
can't
happened?
fully agree with that.
You can't agree with it?
No, I can't fully agree with it because, like, just bro, you just never know. Somebody gonna fall. Somebody talented gonna fall right there. You never know. It's like a double-edged sword type thing. Hey,
Yeah,
like
you
said,
never
you
know,
never
but
know.
it can't get, bro. The chances of it being worse. That's what you want to look at.
I don't. I just can't. I just can't pass up on quality
I'm
talent
just
in the
saying
first
the
round. I
chances
just
of
can't
it
do it.
being a worse pick ain't likely. You're picking number 29th. Whatever team you trade to would have to go to the Super Bowl for it to get worse. And it's not likely.
What about the scenario of a team that
Just
got like a
don't do
top 15
business with the
that
team
want to
that's
move back
favored. That's
down?
all I'm
That
saying,
want to move
TD.
down.
Well, of course you don't want to, but you got. I mean,
I'm not doing business with the Chiefs or nobody like that.
Yeah, you don't have to do business with them, but you could do business with the Ravens. You could do business with.
Well,
with,
yeah, but
Jaguars.
make sure it's somebody who you know is going to be most likely scrubs.
Well, scrubs ain't gonna trade that.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Usually,
you got to find a middle of the road team trying to get in. You might be able to do business with the
Raiders,
Chargers, or the Raiders, or all the teams. I mean, there's
the Raiders
teams
is
that
a playoff team.
You can do business with Seattle. You could do business with Dallas. You could do business with San Francisco. We already got their picks.
Right, you can't. Yeah, you're done with them. The shop is closed with the Niners. Maybe the Texans maybe have a go at it. You never know.
And if you're going to go for a slam dunk, then go give that pick up for a player that's already out there.
That's what we need to do.
Watson.
Yo, but your question: what if a team that's in the top 10
we're
wants
looking
to
at
like
3
move
picks
down,
that will be
wants to
gone if
move
they end
down?
up with Watson.
Yeah, but TD, I got another scenario. What if a team? I'm not saying this will happen, but what if a team like in the top 15 wants to move down, like really move down, and they call us? What do we do? Do we just say no?
Bro, we ain't got the money to. We ain't got nothing to do it.
They're saying there's one team. There's a couple of teams that's trying to move down.
Listen, what y'all need to understand is, if this whole thing fails and Tua ain't the guy, what do you plan on doing in 2023?
Wanting to draft a new quarterback.
They're gonna have to draft a quarterback.
And
You're already
there
drafting
we,
quarterback, simple as
and
that.
there we hold on. There we go again, perpetuating the same cycle.
Exactly.
God, dog. Do y'all realize the biggest failure of it all is us realizing we got to draft another guy?
Yep.
What else is new in Dolphin land? That's
Well-
what we've been doing it forever.
Well, technically, they should be drafting quarterbacks no matter what.
Yeah, but man, this
At least
is
once
why
every draft.
this is why you're supposed to go get the freaking slam dunk, man.
Exactly.
To lock them up away, secure them for the rest of the 10, 15 years,
Because nobody want to
and
talk
then
about
just worry
that.
about the stuff later.
Everybody want to say watch Tua prove you wrong, right?
Yeah.
But why
Right.
can't those same people tell me what do we do if he doesn't? Let's talk like real Dolphin fans and not fanboys. Let's talk like real fans here and explore all options. If Tua makes it, yay!
Yeah.
If he fails, then what? But
I
they
have an
don't want to
idea.
have that conversation.
So if the draft comes
I'm
and
here
go,
for the ride.
and Watson is not on nobody's team yet because he's still waiting for Miami to pull the trigger, then what, TD?
Bro, Watson ain't coming to Miami.
I won't say
That
that
dude
as a
is done.
I
definitive.
don't know about that.
Because as of right now, he hasn't expressed any interest in any other team other than Miami, so nothing's changed.
Yeah.
We over here begging for Watson, but he ain't coming.
Dude, also
Nobody's begging for him.
begging for coming.
I ain't
Nah,
begging.
But
team
Watson,
If we
that
can-
came out of
Yeah.
that came out of Ross's mouth and Watson's mouth whether or not he wanted to come to Miami.
Yeah.
Nobody's begging for him. Your owner is begging for him.
All of these teams out here talking about Watson want to come to them, and it's funny how his team has denied every team's rumor except one.
The Dolphins.
Right. He never denied the Dolphins rumor. That's the only
If they
thing
go-
that never
If
changed.
we got a chance, if we got a chance to pull the trigger, pull the trigger.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah, Ross is the one that was
But
begging
yo,
for him.
we don't.
He had his phone number.
Let me tell y'all
But
something.
if they'll pull the trigger, whoever my quarterback is my quarterback. That's just how I feel.
I'm
as a
gonna
Dolphins
tell
fan.
y'all the truth though.
That's how I feel too.
I was proud of them when they didn't make the trade at the deadline. What y'all need to understand, it's still a risk. He really does need to clear his situation first.
Yep.
Right.
But how long
So-
is that go? We can't wait forever.
But them clearing up, he clearing that situation up means we're gonna have to make a decision. You can't can't be beating around the bush. Once that situation clears up and he's good to go, then the owner's gonna have to make a decision at that point.
But
See,
his
the
situation's
other
not going to clear up.
He's
in the
going to have to
foreseeable
tell us
future.
definitively, like the Giants owner said, we're not going after him. Tua is a better quarterback,
Nah,
and we
Ross
need to
won't do
move
that.
on with Tua. Well, then he's a coward if he won't do that.
Nah, Ross is the type of person, I don't know if you've noticed, whenever he does something, he always leaves himself an out.
Yeah,
It's
business,
always,
man.
oh, I'm not going to
There's
go
no out
after-
of that situation.
I'm not going to be the one to take Jim Harbaugh. I'm going to let the coach decide who's going to be the new QB. Ross never says something where he just puts his 10 toes down and just say, this is it, point blank, period.
Here's the reality.
Then he needs to grow a pair.
There is a chance that Deshaun Watson his situation may not be resolved until right before the draft.
April
They're
1st, right?
Yeah, they're talking about, well,
May
the
1st.
criminal, because on the criminal cases, the lawyer feels like they will have an answer by April 1st. on the criminal side. And
Right.
they
don't wanna
already
do nothing
said
civilly
that
until
worst
the
case.
criminal thing.
They already said worst case scenario they'd be looking at 4 counts of misdemeanor and indecency assault, which are $500 fines each.
So TD, I got a question
Right.
for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think not pulling the trigger in November probably put a bad taste in Watson's mouth? I understand, like he got no stool to stand
Right with
on,
it.
but do you think
No.
it's like, dang, y'all did all of this and y'all didn't even trade for me? All right, bump it.
Business is business.
No.
He knows
All
what
right.
time it is. He
Okay.
knew that we were coming to get him that before that year, but all of that hit the fan, so we couldn't get him before the draft.
Got you.
So he knew what time it was. He knew he was finna sit there and get paid. And all he was doing, like, he really wanted to play football. That's why he even got off his butt and tried to settle. They were pushing, okay, man, let's try to get these done, man. So when they didn't get done, he was like, crap. Oh, well, let me just go ahead and clear my name.
Right.
You heard his lawyers recently, they said he not worried about football. He worried about clearing his name. So they going to focus on that, which they should be doing.
Right.
Yeah. What I think is
Which
gonna
puts
happen,
even more pressure on Stephen Ross.
Yeah.
what I think will happen is Watson will eventually, hopefully, gets his name cleared up. What's gonna happen is he's gonna go to the Texans and be like, I want to go to this team, that team, that team. And if it's only the Dolphins, the GM of the Texans is gonna have to call up Chris Greer. He's like, I only want to go to you. So in that case, who would have more control, the Chris Greer or the Texans GM?
Greer.
Yeah,
All he had to do is just say yes.
Watson can control the narrative however he wants. It's that simple. He controls the narrative.
He really does.
All because of the no trade clause.
Yeah, when his situation
That
clears,
is.
he
It
could
is
tell
because of
them.
no trade clause.
He could tell them one team straight up and figure it out.
How
Texas
many,
is gonna hate it.
How many years does he have left on his contract right now?
A lot, like 4 more years.
It's like what?
It's just
He got like 3 to 4 more
3,
years.
right?
Yeah. It's fairly new contract.
They're gonna trade him this year for sure because they don't want
it costs $40 million
on the books.
They're gonna pay him $35 to $40 million if he sits on the bench this year.
No, they trading him this year. They got to.
They definitely gonna trade him, but what people need to realize is we're only responsible for the 35. They still got to deal with that dead cap signing bonus. That's not on us. His annual would be less with us.
Man, 35 is still.
Yeah, that's why they want to get the deal done before the season starts.
Yeah. And then when they bring him in, they probably gonna restructure and give him a big check up front so that they ain't got to eat it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a smart thing to do.
Yeah, so it is what it is. But listen, fellas, man, I'm about to I'm trying to be in bed by midnight tonight. I got a long day tomorrow. I want to get y'all. I want to get y'all final thoughts. FPS bingo, what you got?
What's good, TD?
I'm good, homie. Talk to me.
Yeah, chilling, man. All I gotta say is, man, I hear a lot of Watson talk. 35 mil. Tua, about what, like 5 mil, 7 mil? Sounds a little better.
8 mil.
8 mil sounds a little better.
For 2 more years, by the way.
You know, watching other teams' pockets, I'd rather just, see what we got, go out there, do what we got to do, man.
Well, that's what we're going to do, right?
That's what they're doing at the moment, yes.
And we're going to see what it equates to.
Yeah, definitely. Now, with a O-line coaching, maybe like another weapon or two.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, players like Watson, Herbert, I hear like a lot of people hype them up, but like that's like all skill.
Yeah.
And but has Herbert made the playoffs?
It still takes some semblance of a team around you.
No, but has Herbert made the playoffs though?
No. Herbert Watson did.
Look, all the stats, all the highlights. Has he made the playoffs?
No.
So you can put him in the same boat as Tua, right?
No.
Nah, Herbert lost because of his defense. 2-1 because of his
Well, that's the case. Are you going to put Trent Dilfer in the same category as Dan Marino based on your logic?
No, but that's different though.
No, it's not because Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Marino didn't. Are you going to say Trent Dilfer's better?
Nah, that's different though.
No,
No,
Jay.
you're using the
Hold
same
on, hold on,
argument.
hold
You're
on.
using the same logic and
Hold
same
on, bro.
line of thought.
Bro, you don't argue with people that say that. You ask them, how is it different?
Nah, Trent
You ask-
Difford. I mean, you talking about Trent Difford playing with a legendary defense? That's like a one
so
in like a.
hold on. So what's around? Hold on, what's wait a minute. around the matters, huh?
No, definitely it does though.
So who got a better defense, the Chargers or the Dolphins?
The Dolphins.
Okay.
No, Dolphins.
So if you're a football guy, if you be honest with yourself, if the Chargers had our defense, would they have made the playoffs?
Yes.
Nah, coach. They killed them.
No, now
No. Stop that. Stop that.
There you go.
Dan Staley, he
Put the
messed them up.
goalpost
He lost like 3 games for them.
You saw her, even if the coach lost that many games, you saw games where Herbert put up 30 and lost.
That's fair.
Hey, but
Come on,
TD,
man.
Styles make fights though.
What happened?
Styles makes fights. Like, you know, like different teams, like, you feel me? So I don't really like comparing things like that because it's like it's really all about who you're playing that Sunday.
I agree, but the Dolphins defense it's a different story. Did we sweep the Patriots this year?
Yes.
Yes. For the first
time in what, a decade?
Our quarterback didn't play excellent, but our defense did. And what was Herbert?
Just enough.
And Herbert and them got blown out by the Patriots every time because the defense couldn't do nothing. So when we say Styles, you would at least won one of those games.
I mean, you know, that's
Man, let's just tell the truth, man. At the end of the day, some could argue that the Chargers are just a better defense away from competing with anybody, just like the Bengals. The Miami Dolphins are
all right. So let me ask you a question.
half of an offense and part of a defense away.
Do you feel like when Mike Williams leaves the Chargers, do you think Herbert's gonna regress a little bit?
No.
Why would he?
Because a lot of people hype up Herbert like Mike Williams and Keenan Allen are like a top 10 duo of receivers in the league right now.
Let me ask you a question. See, this is where the argument, if you want to be honest and not lie, it'll show itself. When we watch all 22 film of Tua, when Gesicki's running free all in the secondary and the ball's overthrown and underthrown, are Herbert making those throws?
One thing I will say though that I've noticed watching like a lot of football this year.
The question didn't get answered.
No. I'm about to give you an answer right now. A lot of quarterbacks struggle on short to short to intermediate throws. Honestly, like I seen Patrick Mahomes missing on screen passes
because it's all about timing right there.
Yeah, so a lot of those plays that we think are just nothing, they're actually it's a quality throw.
We're talking about Justin Herbert. He doesn't struggle in those.
Herbert does. He struggles on the short throws.
Justin Herbert, I am talking about Mike Gesicki in the 15-yard to 20-yard range as he's always open. Does Herbert miss those?
No.
Nope.
He ain't gonna be perfect. He'll make more than Tua though. I'll give you that.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. And guess what? If the more that he would make of Tua, if Tua made them himself, we would have been in the playoffs.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
Man.
One game away, ladies and gentlemen. You mean to tell me the more that Tua that Herbert makes than Tua wouldn't have been a playoff difference? You need to stop. Go watch some film and see how many third downs he missed in those throws. It's always what causes.
With that logic, the Chargers should have made the playoffs then, but they didn't.
Right. That's right.
It doesn't. No. It doesn't.
With your logic.
Yeah. No, with this defense. Why y'all keep ignoring? Why y'all can't keep up?
Yeah, he said
with this defense.
With the Dolphins,
we started out. They 2 times better than the Chargers.
What's
all right, TD. All right, look.
Our defense ended 8th. Our defense was the 8th ranked defense.
If we take Herbert's O-line and Herbert's weapons and put them on our defense, does Tua make the playoffs?
Say that again.
If we take the Chargers O-line and their weapons, Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, Mike Williams, and put them on the Dolphins, do we make the playoffs?
I would say yes. I would say yes.
Yeah.
I would say yep.
I would say I would say we just make the playoffs.
He might not have a good defense, but he got 2-star receivers on his team.
No. You're missing it. The only reason I'm saying we would have made it because our defense. And Tua would have been allowed to make a few more plays. He would have still been the same player, though. He would have just had a few more opportunities.
Okay.
So it centers around the defense, bro. All I'm saying to you is...
So what about Joe Burrow?
This is all I'm saying to you. Give both teams our defense. Give both teams the same O-line. Put it like this. This is all that matters. Why do we even debate this crowd? This is all that matters. Give both of them the exact same thing. Which team is going to be better? If the quarterback is the only difference, which team is going to be better?
That's the real question.
So these arguments are a waste of time. Give them the exact same thing. Whose team is going to be better? Whoever got the
Dolphins,
better freaking quarterback, man.
Dolphins gonna be better than any team, man.
Yeah, if we had Herbert, that's all I'm saying. These arguments be a waste, man. At the end of the day, if they both had the exact same team, and the only difference is the quarterback, whatever team got the better quarterback gonna be better. That's just how it works. That's why That's why I always tell y'all, if you build a team that go to the playoffs, okay, other teams got good run games. Other teams got good defenses.
It's better stats or winning?
What happened?
When you say better, is that defined by stats or by winning? Because you could say
it's defined by how you perform on the field.
Because you could say Phillip Rivers had a better career than Eli, stat-wise.
Bro,
are you gonna take Phillip Rivers' career, or are you gonna take 2 rings?
Again, that's why I say I don't want to talk about comparing any teams because it's a whole team. Did Phillip Rivers have the same team as Eli?
Nope.
I mean,
no,
that's why
definitely not that front four. Well, no, bro, the Giants front four was furious. They was ferocious out there.
This is what I'm trying to
LT.
This is what I'm
Antonio Gates.
This is what I'm trying to tell you.
No, you
who was the better quarterback?
Defensive weapons.
Who was the better quarterback? Who was the better quarterback, Eli or Phillip?
Eli.
In terms of Eli beat Brady. That was my question. In terms of you saying better, what's better though? Better in terms of because there's players who they may not be the best player, but they can make clutch throws, big time throws.
No. See.
All I'm gonna say is this: the goal is to win a Super Bowl. Eli,
y'all stop it.
The key word is clutch because Herbert did not make no clutch throws.
I can't.
He made big time throws.
He didn't make no clutch throws. Really?
No, he made no clutch throws. He'll be in the playoffs. Clutch throws is Matthew Stafford. We've seen that.
We're not playing these games tonight. No. Everybody, mute. We're not playing these games tonight. When we can't sit there and just say who the freaking better quarterback, and we got to start talking about where it depends, if you won or your stats. You know who the better quarterback is. You know who the better freaking. I don't care about who won and who didn't. Let's talk about the better quarterback. That's why the man said, "Is Trent Dilfer better than Dan Marino?" Stop the freaking. Stop this mess, man.
Right, that was BTD when I brought that up about that.
Stop trying to justify your point with ridiculousness. It's not about the winning. A better quarterback is a better quarterback because the point of the matter is, if you put Dan Marino on Trent Dilfer team, Dan Marino would be a Super Bowl winning champ.
Yeah, he'd have won like 8 Super Bowls.
If you put Phillip Rivers on the Giants team, Phillip Rivers would be a Super Bowl champ. Y'all stop this mess, man.
I said Eli from the get-go.
But all I'm saying is, man, y'all stop the cap, man. Like you can't determine which quarterback better. You know which quarterback better. You know good and well if Tua gonna win a Super Bowl tomorrow, he ain't better than freaking Deshaun Watson. Stop it.
Yeah, we know that. Well, I know that.
But stop these, man. Y'all will run away from the reality, man. When we give you two quarterbacks, tell the truth. Who the freaking better quarterback? And the only point that I'm trying to make on you determining who the better quarterback, when you honest and you pick the better quarterback, it don't matter what team they were on, they would be better than that other guy. So if you put Phillip Rivers on the Giants, he would have been better than Eli on it. If you put Eli on where Phillip Rivers was, he would have been just as non-successful, if not worse, than Phillip Rivers. Just how it works, man. So you want a good quarterback, okay? You want a great quarterback if you can get one. And you want to pair him with a good team and see what happens. Imagine Russell Wilson without his first 4 years. How would you view Russell Wilson today?
Average.
How would you view Russell Wilson today if you took away his first 4 years when he had everything around him, costing the team $1 million a year?
How are you going to say Russell Wilson's average, but you're going to hype up Herbert?
He's not. No, nobody's saying that the man average, but what would you say about Russell Wilson if you take away the first 4 years? What would he be to you?
Take away his first 4 years,
he'd be a good quarterback.
He would be a Kirk Cousins.
Above average quarterback.
Think about it. He would be a Kirk Cousins.
Yep.
So, but since he had those first 4 years where he had the best defense, one of the best run games, max protection.
Boom. Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. Look at what's around them. So we understand every quarterback needs stuff around them, but some need less than others. And you won't be able to gauge that, how good they really are, until they don't have everything. And that's why I feel like there's this real bias in the NFL. You look at a quarterback with everything around them, but you don't wait till when they don't have everything around them. That don't mean that they're going to be great, but look at Tannehill in Miami. Never really had everything around him. Look at him in Tennessee. He's a better player, but he's still the same player, but he looked better, don't he?
What about Stafford? Does that apply to Stafford too?
Well, but Stafford was balling the whole time.
Yeah, Stafford good.
Yeah.
He was always balling. Even in Detroit, even on trash teams, he was balling.
And that's why he's a quarterback. That's why he's a quarterback. See, this is my point. If a guy is balling with not everything around him, he deserves to be built around.
And look what happened. He won the Super Bowl.
When a guy is consistently balling out without everything around him, that's the type of guy that you build around. Mm-hmm. But if they not good with everything or without everything around them, if they not making a huge difference, then notice that the team around them is making them look better.
Right, yeah.
And let me ask y'all a question.
That's the main reason why they went and got Stafford, the Rams did, because
let me ask you a
they
question.
overlooked those Detroit years. They saw how great he was. They knew what they'd take to get him over the hump. They didn't say, he was 4-12. They didn't say, well, Matthew Stafford was 4-12. Let's not upgrade the quarterback position. They didn't say
they're in a different position than we are, though.
See, watch this, y'all. Watch this. Ken,
that's irrelevant whether they're in a different position. They still got that.
Hold on. I gotta address this. So Ken says, TD, that's a dumb take. How you gonna say take 4 years away? You can say that about a lot of players and then call them average. Let's break this down, Ken. That's why you study the totality, bro. I understand what your concern is on that take, but I really want you to look at the totality. There are a lot of players that we think are elite, and then you take away all of that from around them and they look average. But there are some players that when they don't have all that around them, they still look really good. That is your test, bro. Y'all need to stop ignoring that test. This is why I tell y'all, why do y'all get all excited about these guys on rookie contracts with a loaded team, got everything around them looking all excellent? Think about, okay, watch this. I know y'all going to get mad at me for saying this, okay? I know y'all going to get mad at me for saying this, but Russell Wilson was a prime example, right? When he had everything around him, he looked great. When they took it away, he don't look the same, right? He don't look like that.
That's
he
just
don't
a
even
fact.
he, all the attributes don't even show up, right?
But that's because they pay him his max contract too, though.
But
won't
thank
say that,
you,
though.
Right?
Because the real conversation is
You
all
still put
about
up
the
numbers, though.
money.
It's
They
all
can't
about the money.
afford more time. But what about the guy that comes into the league without everything around him looking average? We poop on him.
Yep.
The same argument. We poop on him. Just like we're pooping on Tua now, right?
Yeah.
But if he has everything around him, he should look better.
I ain't pooping on him.
What I am trying to tell y'all is the
Like a Mac
amount
Jones.
of elite quarterbacks are less than y'all think.
It's like 3 to 4.
Man, some of the ones you naming in that
elite.
3 to 4 may not even be elite. They just in an elite situation right now.
Yeah.
They're in an elite situation right now. Show me the guys who don't got everything around them putting up them big boy numbers.
Watson,
That's when you
Watson.
then
Watson
you
had-
build.
He had players though.
And
Then
what I
you-
was saying
no,
about
no.
the Ram situation,
No.
is that
The difference with
quarterback
Watson
golf
is
took
he
them to
ain't
the
had
Super
no-
Bowl, and they moved off of them
The
still.
difference with Watson is he ain't had no O-line.
Yeah.
And his
That's it.
players were in and out. The
Will
difference
Fuller
with
couldn't
him,
stay healthy.
Watson is following the same trajectory as Matthew Stafford.
Mhm.
Without everything around him, still putting up elite numbers, leading the league in passing yards, in touchdown to interception ratios.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a pretty
That's
much
what
same
I'm
trajectory.
saying. So how you want me to look at a guy who ain't got everything around him that's balling, and a guy who ain't got everything around him that's not balling, and then when they both get everything around them, they both look great, but one of them win a Super Bowl. That's the freaking formula, man.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
the
but TD,
formula.
me
Find
ask
me
you a
that
question real
person
quick.
that balls out without everything around them, which is rare, but that's what makes them elite. That's what
Who
makes them elite.
inherited a better situation? Tua or Herbert?
Herbert.
Herbert, yeah.
Yeah, Herbert.
People act like the Chargers
Inherited
were a
him?
winner.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on.
Herbert was in a
The
better
Chargers,
The Chargers
was
were always
trash
one game away
when
from
they
the
drafted
playoffs.
him. They just
Hold on,
looked
hold
The
on.
big.
Chargers were always
Oh, yeah,
one
yeah.
game
It's a
away from
reason
the
why they
playoffs,
picked
bro.
number
Hold
6.
on, hold
And
on.
this is the reason why we
Always
take
been
number
one game away
5.
from the
Hold on.
playoffs.
Herbert had the worst O-line in the NFL. What are y'all talking about? Do y'all not know that first year was worse than ours?
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah,
Exactly.
debatable,
it
though.
was.
But that's debatable.
Somebody
Hey,
inherited.
TD.
No, that
Hey,
ain't
TD,
debatable. Go
It
look
They
ain't
it up.
built their
debatable. They had
team.
a
They
winning
didn't
No,
line.
inherit that
debatable.
team.
Second to last is the same.
Hey, TD, look,
The
it's debatable
Chargers was
because
built. That wasn't inherited.
quarterbacks made the O-line look worse. So maybe he made him look worse.
Okay, if you want to use that logic, then it still makes
It's
Tua look
debatable.
even worse because the
It makes
quarterback
Tua look
still
even
balled
worse.
out. But the quarterback still balled out.
Right.
Either way, even if you want to use that argument, it still makes the point.
Man, Herbert, he has some stacked skill
Herbert
players, though.
defense, they
Hey,
defense
Keenan Allen
wasn't
is a
better than
top
ours.
Yeah,
five
but he had an
route runner
offensive
in this
line
league.
that enabled him to
Mike
throw it
Williams,
to.
one of the best 50-50 ball receivers in this
Yeah,
league.
yeah. Hold on.
Nobody takes that into account.
Hold on.
No, he
Their
was more than
defense-
just
hold
a
on.
50-50
Their
guy. He was an
defense-
80-20 guy, number
Our
one.
defense was better than
That's
theirs.
facts, though.
Yep.
Because
Our defense
Mike
was
Williams-
better than theirs.
Mike Williams helped make Watson.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Let's back up for a second, okay? Our defense was better than theirs.
Uh-huh.
Our O-lines were virtually
For half the
same.
season. Half the season, defense was better.
No, it doesn't matter. When you look at the overall picture of the defense, ours ended up better.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
Yeah, defense.
We played work. Our schedule
bro,
was a lot easier.
listen, bro, like I said, man, y'all stop this mess. You know who the better quarterback is, at least as of right now. Now they could change, but right now it ain't even debatable. We know who the better quarterback is.
It's Herbert. It's Herbert. I'm not afraid to
Nah, of
admit
course
it,
he's better though, but
Tua's still my
got a
quarterback.
Dolphins jersey.
So, and
Herbert
that's how
got
I
a
feel.
Dolphins jersey right now. So in my eyes,
Yeah, that's fine. But if we
I
are
feel
we
you on
talking real
talking
football or
about
we
who's the
talking
better
fan?
quarterback.
all right,
fanhood?
real football, of course, though.
Yo, T, real talk
football
right here.
easy, but
Yes, T, real talk. Yes, Justin Herbert is better. I will admit it. But as a Dolphins fan, Tua is still my quarterback. I'm not afraid to admit
Yep.
that.
Nothing's
No one's
wrong with
arguing,
that.
arguing that
That's
Tua's
how I
not.
feel.
Nobody's wrong with that. He's our
He's on the
quarterback.
roster right now.
Hey,
That's how I feel.
And,
But Justin Herbert is just better.
and to get, he's on the
That's how
roster.
I feel.
Yeah, that's all good, bro. Ain't nobody knocking y'all for supporting Tua, but what I'm saying is we ain't gotta, be lie to ourselves to support him though. We ain't gotta come up with scenarios to try to make him look better. It just is. When
he plays trash, he plays trash. When he plays good, he plays good. Simple as that.
And as far as that video on the airplane, that was standard operating procedure because he would have made that same phone call to Josh Rosen if Josh Rosen was a starting quarterback when he got hired. Yeah. That same phone call would have been made to a starting quarterback. Yeah. That's standard operating procedure. So don't be duped. That phone call would have been made by McDaniels to Josh Rosen if Josh Rosen was our starting quarterback.
Well, yeah.
It would have been made, but it wouldn't have been recorded, though.
No, it would have been recorded. It was too much heat in the organization. They need to distract y'all with everything they can right now. Oh, look, we on the phone with Tua, y'all. Hey. Oh, go get Patrick Surtain and Madison. Welcome played here too. They
got the PR game home pretty good. Man. Miami's real good with the PR game, boy.
I'm gonna give Ross and Greer credit for that. Them boys are smooth. It took them less than a week to just get the fan base from pitchforks and flaming torches to, oh yeah, we love you guys. We love Ross. We love Greer. You guys are the greatest.
It's crazy, man. Hey, but listen, man. Y'all, hey, y'all done ruined my midnight sleep. So I don't even want no more final thoughts, man. I just want to say this, fellas. Thank y'all for coming through and hanging out with me tonight. I'm gonna do more open panels where we can kick it and chop it up like this in the late evenings.
Yep.
So y'all, every single one of you guys, welcome to come through. CB83 must have got out of here. I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna unblock him if you see him on another platform, man. I just had to temporarily block him because he's talking that crazy stuff. All he talk about, I'm negative. All he do is come over here and be negative every time. So, but I'm gonna unblock. If you see him on another platform, tell him TD say he gonna unblock you. You're probably gonna be like, no, screw him. No, I actually meant to time him out, but it said block, and I couldn't go back and find the message to undo it. So, I'll see y'all later, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. Hit the like button on your way out. It's fins up no matter what. Tua right now is QB1.
Yep.
Hopefully, Chris Greer saves us from that this offseason. And if he doesn't save us from that this offseason, then let's go Tua. It's Tua time, baby. I will see y'all.
Greer will be on the unemployment line.
No, that ain't gonna happen. They in this together now. But I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all gonna keep me talking. Bye.
All right, bye. Have a good one, man. Appreciate it.
All right, y'all.
Appreciate it.